Hi my sexy people, if you're watching this, you probably want to become a model, or you're already on the journey of becoming a model, or you just want to see and witness someone who's experiencing this journey in real time, which is me. And you're at the right place. Creative industries, especially like the modeling industry, can feel so mysterious. Trust me, it can feel intimidating and honestly sometimes very, very lonely, like much of life anyway. When I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. I got scammed multiple times. So this video is just me sharing everything I've learned since starting my modeling journey and my career. I'm breaking this video down into 6 chapters. What modeling actually is, do you actually need an agency, social capital and relationships, how jobs actually happen and work, mental health and identity, my advice for new models and people just beginning and starting this year. With my fresh perspective and my experience behind me, I think this will be amazing for all of you to stay tuned. I've taken time to prepare these notes to make for all of you. I definitely wish I had something like this when I was younger, something like this more early in my career, so I knew better and I could work better within my career and make better choices. Maybe not get scammed, because all I want for you to be more prepared, be more confident, feel more supported in anything and everything that you do. I'm not gatekeeping here. We don't do that. The sexy people community, and you're more than welcome to stay. If you're on this journey too, don't worry, you're not alone. You have me. So like this video, comment your question, take some notes, and then subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you can see whenever I post. I post around 2 times in the week. I will be there. This channel is your cozy corner involving education and growth, where I talk to all of you, my sexy smiley pan, modeling, beauty, lifestyle, and inspiration, and real talks about feeling good and just doing good. Stay tuned, get your notepads out, get ready to take some notes, leave your questions and your notes in the comments below. I'm so excited to see what all of you have to say. Make sure you just do like, comment, and subscribe. So excited to get into this. Let's go. Number 1. Before I first start, I thought I'd talk a little bit about my credentials. So, people don't think I'm just talking out of my head here. I've been modeling professionally for the last year and getting jobs and getting paid for modeling. The year before that, 2024 to 2025, building up my portfolio, doing loads of collaborations, get another agency and another agency, so a London-based agency. In the last year, I've managed to do multiple really cool jobs. In Fashion Week, where I'd walked not 1, not 2, but 3 shows. I did my first ever presentation, done a magazine, not 1 magazine. I have 2 magazines with my face inside. I love them so much, so dearly. Been able to work with amazing clients such as Hunter's Booth, many more, and I'm just so grateful to be in this position. If you were to tell me when I was younger, 16 years old, and I was scammed multiple times, when 18 years old when I wanted to start modeling, that I would be in this position now, be a sign model and take it more seriously in the industry and being able to be paid for this. Great. I'm not full-time just yet. Honestly, find of where I'm at because I have multiple other things which I talk about in this channel that I do. I study biomedical science, sports. I'm also building some special businesses on the side, content creation, hence why you see me here. I wanted to just put that all out there because I think modeling is such a fun job. It has its ups and downs, but if you really are able to harness and garner those properly, then you can be making loads of money on the side. So let's go. Section 1. What modeling actually is. Start with the biggest misconception that when you model, you only just see high fashion images. That's not just modeling. That's what people think, that modeling is just the high fashion images and the runway shows, the superstars. No. There is so much more in the modeling world which you do not know of. There's high fashion modeling, there's commercial modeling, beauty, e-commerce, there's hand modeling, feet modeling, eye modeling, editorial, fitness modeling, there's curve modeling, tea modeling, there's influencer crossover modeling. There's multiple types of industries and multiple types of lanes in modeling. Every lane has different expectations, rhythms, and vibes. Everyone's day-to-day or even job to job would look completely different because of the different niches that they're in. Some days will be in the studio, some days you will be outside, sometimes it will be both, sometimes it will even be a mix of both and then flown abroad. You're making your own content for the brands, and sometimes it's a huge set, and sometimes it's just you, one person from the team that you're being hired from, and a camera, and that can even be an iPhone. Remember, as long as you're doing the work, you're great. Really different parts of modeling that you could choose from. More amazing because that means that there's more opportunity for you to also be a part of something and find something that is possible, enjoyable for you. None of these lanes are better or more real. What matters is finding one that actually feels fit to you, mentally, emotionally, holistically, physically, and not forcing yourself in a box ever. For sexy, stick to doing whatever they want to do and not whatever is being forced or pushed upon them. Section 2. This is a big question I always get. That is, do you need an agency? The honest answer is it depends. Essentially, I'm going to break down what agencies do. Agencies bring essential legal protection, access to reputable clients, ensuring fair treatment, trusted collaboration. You gain increased experience, exposure, high-profile modeling, boosted earnings, career advancements, and opportunity. And a mother agency is who discover you, they train you, and then they manage you and send you off to different agencies, playing, acting, etc. They're specific in their terms and conditions or their guidelines. They often discover people locally, so around the area. I want to be based in London, they will probably discover me in London, prepare you for representation with other higher reputable agencies, the fashion industry, and other markets. The majority of you are probably beginners in the modeling industry, probably have dabbled in a few projects before, or maybe not. I think this is the perfect time to look and wait for agencies if you believe you can do it and you have the confidence to do so. Flags in agencies. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. If you had to search up agency right now, I'm telling you, I will tell you now, the majority of these agencies are fake and scam. Be careful on where you're searching. Don't ever pay money whatsoever. Listen to what anyone tells you about if you have to pay money or not. If they pay money, don't listen to anyone who's saying you should pay money. From someone who works as a model, don't listen to anyone. Don't pay a dime. Don't pay a pound, don't pay a penny, don't pay a euro, don't pay nothing. Most of them have shady websites because they pay AdSense, they pay Google some way so that their sites can be on the top of the search when you search for modeling agencies, because they're using the money that people are paying them, so they think they can get signed to an agency to get more exposure, so they can then use that money to get more people and scam more people. Their websites may be shady, so the websites may look professional. Check on the social media if anyone's been booked a job in the last month from the agency. A notable agency, if someone must have been booked a job or something. There can be slow months. Having realistic expectations. Don't get me wrong, I also want everyone to shoot for the stars as much as I do, and I still do, so don't get me wrong. I'm not discouraging you at all, but I'm also telling you there's also realistic options for you to be more likely to be signed. Reputable agencies on models.com probably have a better chance of being signed in 2026 on social media compared to sites on models.com and on Google, which show you modeling agencies. Number one, this is an amazing thing. This is an amazing thing. This actually shows you that new agencies are being created, and through these new agencies being created, especially mother agencies, this lowers the bar of entry for you to enter the modeling industry as a whole, because you have a likely chance and less competition to enter these agencies compared to the ones on models.com. You see online, on Google, millions of people are applying for every single day. If you find someone who believes in you online on social media and are vetted and they have some people who are on their team and be developed, give it a year, you can then get signed to another agency, or you get some opportunities along the way. I think this is amazing, and this is an amazing way many models are now getting signed, because that's actually how I got signed. Look for agencies beyond your city. I think this is a great option. Sometimes you may not have your city's look. Another thing is that you will be rejected. Saying this out of love, okay, but you will be rejected in the nicest way possible. I'm so sorry. Just get used to it, because after all these no's, you will hear your yes, and when you hear your yes, it's definitely going to be your time. Travel a lot, especially when you're applying to agencies and you're going for icon calls. You can show up on specific days at the actual agency, see if you can get signed or not on the day, which is amazing. But note that especially if you're not based in cities like London, New York, Paris, Milan, may require lots of traveling to go back and forth to see the agencies in person. It's a better idea to just look on social media, just look on the modeling agency's website. So I have the modeling phase. See a lot of, I guess, agents online, especially like male agents online, have what it takes to be a model. Do you have the modeling phase? I think a lot of the stuff that they do talk about, or the way they talk about it, is very degrading in a way and very rude. Modeling is such an interesting industry where a feature or a certain type of face could be trending one day and then it couldn't be trending the next. So that means it gives way and leans into multiple different opportunities for different people with different shapes, sizes, and statures to then conquer the industries. I would never discourage anyone for trying to model or trying to enter the creative industry one way or another and become a superstar. If you think you can do it, then you can, and that's all the validation you will need. You don't need anyone else to tell you if you have a face or if you don't. I think modeling agencies nowadays, they just look for personality, they look for confidence. Another thing they're looking for is commitment. If you're committed to your dreams and committed to yourself, really your health, your well-being, committed to shooting, committed to being in front of the camera, then you're great. You're going to be fine. The thing that really helps is doing your research on agencies. Kind of help you not be rejected in a sense if you do your research on agencies, because if you look at the models that they've signed and the models on their board, they call them main faces, and then they have development, newly signed. Look on the website and see the faces that they've signed, see the people that they looked at. Take a photo yourself and compare. Now, I'm not saying in a rude way. We're looking at features, we're looking at skin tone, we're looking at eye shapes, we're looking at lip shapes, we're looking at eyebrow shapes, we're looking at hair types. And you're looking to see if you have any similarities to the people that they've signed on board. If you have similarities, apply. If you don't have similarities and you feel like applying, still apply, but you're most likely to be let in if you have similarities to the other people who are also on the board and you have similar features, because they've signed them for a reason, meaning that they could also sign you. The easiest way to apply is to apply through a website. I was referring to social media. I still refer to shown on social media and commercialized through social media. Yet, they should all have a website. If they don't have a website, then there should be a problem. It should say scout me, or to be scouted, or to become a model, be a model. Just say something along those lines. And obviously, if that's something you want to do, you'll press it and they'll take you to an email which you can send your measurements, which include your height, your butt, waist, your shoe size. Usually most agencies have websites where you can fill it out. So if you can fill it out, which is way easier than sending an email, do that too. How to take digitals, you have to take it in lit space with a really nice, clear, plain background. Wear something fitted that shows off the shape of your body, that's tight, and something that you're comfortable in. Remember, the aim is for you to be comfortable. You need to be a blank canvas for these people. No extra makeup, no extra layers. Something pretty simple that I have on right now, which is just a black tank top. And see how my face has no makeup on it. Just really simple, really fitted. Now, here are options of flattering things you can wear. So we're talking about the tight tank tops, the tight top, jeans. You can also wear tops with sleeves if you don't want to show certain parts of your body due to your religion. Skinny jeans, fitted jeans, flared legging jeans, heeled boots, skirts, smart boots, and then some smart shoes if you're also a guy and you don't feel like wearing, or some flats too, but preferably heels. Front facing photo, then they'll ask you to see your profiles. Profiles are literally just the side of your face. I don't know why they call them profiles, but they call them profiles for some reason. So say, oh, can we see your left profile? Turn to your left profile. Can you see my right profile? Turn to your right profile. They may ask to see your hands as well. They ask to see a full body, then a mid body. Mid body is always above your waist, by the way, and then a full body is your full entire body from your head to your toes. I prefer, personally, when you wear just one color, but I have seen some changes in colors and I love that. I think it's amazing. So do whatever makes you feel. So you can wear a black top and then blue jeans, or a black top and then white jeans, or a white top and blue jeans. Switch it up if you want to, but I like to go simple. I think it's amazing for me to just have one staple in one color, and then I can wear it to multiple castings. I can wear it to self-tapes if I need to do self-tapes at home. It's just an easy outfit which I can just put on like a uniform. I don't need to think too much about it, especially in the new year. I don't have time to be thinking about my outfits in that much detail, sadly. I have too much work to be doing. But if you feel like it's something you like to do and you're very expressionate about your clothing, go ahead. Honestly, keep going, do it, because I love it. Here's my measurement tape, and I bought this for £1 literally in a local store. You don't need to spend too much on measuring tape. And there's also measuring tape on Amazon if you want to buy it on Amazon, AliExpress. Anyway, that's cheap. You don't need to spend too much on tape. So is it centimeters you're measuring, or is it inches you're measuring? And be specific when you're telling them. Your hips is your actual bum. So you're going to measure the middle of your bum and you're going to turn to your hips. With your waist, you're actually going to be doing the actual waist. So where your belly button is, that's where your waist is. And then where your bust, that's just where your boobs are, or where your chest is. Like, you all know, just in case you may not know. But if you ever need help, there's Google. You can search up on Google. And usually in agencies, they have a message box. So you should write your talents, your interests, your personal experiences, as well as things that make you different and things that would make you stand out in a professional manner. And you're probably thinking, what are the things that make me different? What are the things that make me stand out? I don't even know if I can really do this. Stop there. Stop there. Stop right there. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Okay. Now, since you're calm and composed, you're not spiraling everywhere, let's go back. Square one. Confidence. Are you confident within yourself? And do you know yourself? You can't be confident within yourself if you don't know yourself. So what you're going to do is get a piece of paper, get your notes app, write down the things that you do, or things that you're interested in doing, and things that you have done or you want to start doing. For example, it can be something as small as gaming. You know how to play Roblox, that's cool. You know how many jobs people offer in this industry which involve gaming for adverts? You can put down gaming. What else do you like to do? Reading? Do you read? TikTok and social media, you just actually can't put down doom scrolling. So try and look for different alternatives, the things that you're interested in. Do you study anything? Have you studied anything? Have you worked specific jobs that give you certain previous experiences? Have you done certain sports that you're interested in? I'm not going to do all the work for you because that's your job. But once you get that sorted and you know yourself, then you can have confidence in yourself, and then you'll be able to write an amazing notes in a professional manner of course, in the message box and let people know exactly what they need to know about you. Now, if you haven't been signed yet, trust me, that does not mean anything about you or your self-worth or your ability to model or be a model. It does not mean that you're not good enough, and it definitely does not mean that you can't model. Honestly, it's just about the right timing, the right market, the right look, and the right piece of luck. Honestly, all of that plays a strong role, especially in this industry compared to working twice as hard. You just have to be there at the right time, at the right place, and you also just need to be committed, have experience nowadays. You really have to. And as someone who studies biomedical science, honestly, I say this all the time, you can't just get a job because you have a degree now. You have to have experience that backs you. And that's the same thing for the modeling industry. You can't just get into the modeling industry as easy as it used to be back in the day. It's 10 times more competitive now, and you need to have a portfolio or something that backs you up. Section 3. Social capital and relationships. I really like this. This is my superpower. One of the biggest reasons I've been able to work and grow fast as I have last year, because of relationships. The relationships and the community that I've had behind me and that I've grown with me. And I don't mean clout, because I'm kind of far from it. I'm not the highest creator ever on there. I'm actually on the lower side in terms of following. So I genuinely don't mean clout. It's none of that, okay? In real human connection. To able to gain that from people and learn that skill, then you're gonna flourish in whatever industry you go into. This is because when I'm at work, when I'm on set, wherever I'm modeling, whether I'm getting paid or I'm not getting paid, I'm respectful to every single person on set. I remember and I learn names to people who are on set with me. I show up on time, I show up prepared. If they send me a brief, I show up prepared for the briefing. If I'm running a bit late, I'll let them know my exact ETA when I'm gonna come on time. Support the creatives at work. If they're struggling on setting up or if they're struggling doing something, I'm not going to sit down in a corner because I'm a model and I just need to just come here and shoot and leave. No, I'm respectful of these people. These people are human beings. Everyone here is a human being. And if you're able to treat these people like human beings and get to know these people as human beings and put the ego aside from being a creative and from having this clout and having all these community followers and stuff, and see them for who they are, which is a human first, then you'll be able to garner and make raw human connection. Support the creators on and offset as well. Repost their work. When I haven't worked with them, I will repost their work or interact with people on social media. I will ask for social media. Always ask like, oh, what's your Instagram? I follow you. Don't just do a piece of body or work and I wouldn't credit anyone. Credit people when it's due, especially when you collaborate and even when you are getting paid. Interact with people. Real superstars are actually nice and they're not rude. Sexy people are sweet, they're not rude. And people always remember how you make them feel. Energy is really your CV. So remember to check yourself before you enter spaces like this so that you're not projecting. That's why I'm so keen on confidence now, because once you enter industries as such and enter sets as such, there's going to be people who are twice or even quadruple times bigger than you, and sometimes people who are maybe twice or quadruple times lower than you. And no matter where they are in their status in the industry or at their jobs or in their place, you have to respect these people. You have to show up for these people. You have to be kind to these people no matter what, because these are human beings. And if you actually want to make real connections and actually have people who support you and actually have a real community, you have to respect these people. And you can't respect these people if you don't respect yourself. And that's where confidence lies in. It's okay to grow slowly. It's okay to take time. Slow growth builds real roots and real connections. Start building with the people around you, your neighborhood, the people who you see in the area. Search up photographers in London, or search up creative directors in London. Search up makeup artists in London, obviously in the city that you're based in. It doesn't have to be London, of course. Send nice messages saying, hi, my name is this and I'm really interested in collaborating. If you have any time to your work there, keep in touch. Like their stuff, repost their stuff, comment on their stuff. I'm not saying this as a strategy. I'm saying this as just a normal, nice person if you want to actually build a connection with anyone. And I know you're going to do a great job. Section 4. How jobs actually happen. How do you actually get paid? So there's multiple ways you can actually get a job and get paid. Through casting, self-tapes, walk-in, direct bookings, rejection. And I'm going to explain to you all these ways. Most jobs would be sent out if you're signed by an agency that they will have castings. They also do open castings as well, especially on Instagram and TikTok. You'll see this a lot where People be like, oh, I'm looking for a model, and they might put in a specific location, you know, online, and you have to just submit your details online. Casting is technically like a job interview. You will wait for a certain time with probably other models and other talents, and then after you wait for a certain time, you'll then walk inside the building, walk inside the area, a room, and you have a little interview one-on-one. This is mostly in person, or it can be online, where you have an interview and you talk a little bit about yourself, who you are, who you're assigned to, why you're interested in the job at hand. And sometimes they may ask you to do things that you may have to do in the job just to see if you would suit this certain job, or you have the criteria to suit this job. I've been to so many castings last year, so I think I've got a hold on what a casting is. And the hardest part is just waiting, to be fair. When you go to castings, it's not a specific time they usually send for you. Maybe some castings do that, but majority of the castings, they don't send a specific time. They'll just say, this casting is going to be open from 12 to 6. If you're not there from 12 to 6, forget about it. Forget about it. But you have to be as confident as you can and be able to get your points out in less than a minute, because they probably won't have that much time, and you don't want to spend all your time waiting in that line to then be at the casting and realize I could have done better. So remember to say all your points as fast as you can. Show that you're confident, and honestly own the room. You also have self-tapes where you record yourself on the camera, and you'll be able to talk to the casting director technically at hand and tell them exactly who you are, your name, your height. But this is a video, by the way, so you're not doing a FaceTime, it's a video, and you send this video over. So be careful what you say in this video, how you present yourself in this video, because this video can be sent to big corporations depending on who's seeing this video to be casting you for this role. So be as professional as you can, look as great as you can, and be as confident as you can, and own the room wherever you are. Other way is walk-ins, like I said, kind of similar to castings. The only thing is it will just be more open to the public, so it wouldn't specifically be asking for you. They'll just be like walking in. There's another self-castings where they call it pencil in. So if you went through the first stage of castings, most casting directors and casting teams have 2 sets of castings. So they have 1 set of castings, and then they have a second set. They call you a pencil, so they may pencil you in for this specific talent. They do pencil you in, make sure that you're on your best behavior. It may be more detailed, and they may see you as a potential candidate for this job, and they will probably just ask you some more detailed questions if you're available in the day, and maybe just ask you to act out certain roles. For example, it could be for a tea company, and they may ask you to hold a mug. So they'll be like, oh, could you just hold the mug, please? Hold the mug. And they'll be like, oh, could you just look serious? Look serious at the mug. Like, they could probably just ask you to do something more specific like that. It could be in person, or it could be as a self-tape. You never know. Depends on what the agencies tell you. And then the last way is direct bookings. This is literally for your agent probably sending you an email or a text being like, you've got the job. And you're like, oh, okay, thank you. And that's it. Or sometimes they'll ask you to just send your description or details quickly to a specific casting site. And then it may be in the next few days or hours, they'll let you know if you've gotten a job or not. Now, you say jobs, but we want to hear the money. We don't want to hear the money. I'm going to explain to you how the money works in this industry. Fun fact, I actually love talking about finances. I think finances should be talked about more in the creative side, because it sounds like the jobs are really fun and the rates are also really good sometimes, yet no one talks really much about the finances. So with modeling, it's kind of freelance. In fact, it's very much freelance. So in this industry, that means you get paid whenever you do a job. That doesn't mean that you get paid a weekly or monthly salary like other jobs would require you to do or work at. For example, if you were to work as a local barista, you will work your hours and you get paid at the end of the month, or weekly, bi-weekly. Here, you only get paid if you do a job. So if you haven't worked a job in the last month or 2, you can't show up to your agency and say, where's my pay? Because you haven't worked a certain job. So with jobs, they usually show you the rates that you'll get before you get paid. And with this rate, it could include in-agency fees or without agency fees. So you have to be careful to decipher if that's with your agency fees or without. Agencies take 20% usually, and some agencies take 35%. If it goes higher than that, I think you should rethink the agency you're being signed to. That's the rate agreed. So you'll usually see rates before you get paid. After you do the job, then you send an invoice through. When you send your invoice, it's really simple. You can even go on Canva nowadays. That's how simple it is. Or Google Docs. And you can find different ways to make an invoice. All you do is literally just send them an invoice. You send it to the company, or you send it to agency, where the agency will send to the company. Also, when you do get paid, remember taxes. If you've been paid above a certain threshold, some rates can go really high, like 20k. So if you have been paid like 20k out of pocket, that means around 20 to 35% goes to your agency, and that's still above the threshold. So you will probably have to take out 40% of that and set aside for taxes. When you would you be receiving the pay? Sometimes it's not instantaneously. If you net 90, net 60, net 30. This means that they don't pay you specifically after. Sometimes agencies hold the money for a while before they pay you, and sometimes clients just don't pay the agencies on time. So that's why you have to send invoices so that they remember that that's your money and that you have to send it through. And it's also a great way to hold for taxes as well, and to prove that you're actually getting paid in this job. Now bear in mind that a lot of the things I am talking about sounds great, and I really hope that most people who are watching this will get to the stage faster than I did. The stage you'll get to if you actually pass the casting stage, and lots of people don't get it to this stage just yet, and I really hope you all do. If you haven't just yet, it's great to just know how it works and how payment works and how you can actually get money and be paid from this certain thing. People say don't get into modeling for the money because you won't see it. Sometimes it's sadly so true, where you kind of do have to work for a while and build up your portfolio so you are taken more seriously by clients so that you can then get paid. Another thing is rejection is normal, completely normal. It's not just you who's trying to get a spot of a job. Casting companies send these jobs to, I want to say, literally hundreds to thousands of people. So of course many people are going to be rejected if it's only one person who's doing the job. Any normal job, if you were to search up, if you wanted to work at like, I don't know, McDonald's or something, and it's only one spot they have open and 1,000 people were to apply to that spot, you really think most people are not going to be rejected? Of course they will be. So don't worry about it. Section 5. This is about mental health and identity. Talk about the emotional side, because modeling can be... It can really play in your identity, being in the creative industry or whatsoever, and with your mind if you let it. You really don't want that to be a problem or an issue. Made me a victim to it, yet I've been able to overcome this and come out stronger on the other side. So for anyone who may be feeling a certain way or feeling less confident in their appearance or just how they are and how they feel, this is just some advice for you all. Here's some encouragement on how I've been able to deal with feeling this way. How this industry can really play with your mental health and your identity. You are more than your face. You are more than your body. You are more than a job. You're more than a measurement, and you're more than a rate. And you're more than a face that people put on a card, on a board, on a billboard. You're more than all of that. There is such a stigma as well as expectation that when you first get into modeling that you would be booked instantaneously and you'll always have work constantly and you'll make money constantly. This is really rare, really rare. And another thing is, most people you see that are doing that have been in the industry for time. I want to say over 5 years, and some have been in the industry for over probably a year or two, and they've just worked really hard in those years to garner enough experience to be able to be doing this full-time or even part-time consistently. The average person who just wants to enter the industry and try and get their foot in, that's not the case, sadly. So please protect your self-worth. Please protect your self-worth. Have friends outside of this industry. Have hobbies, eat properly, rest and laugh. Funny enough, as much as I like modeling and doing this stuff, I love having friends and like having community and building trust and relationships. I don't actually have many friends within the actual industry itself. A lot of my friends do different things. Study with me. We literally study biomedical science together, which is completely different and far from the modeling and creative industry itself. A lot of my friends actually study different things. Definitely surround yourself with different people who can have different perspectives and outlooks of life. You need to be creative but have a different perspective. It really helps you keep you in check, as well as see more of the world and see how different people think. So you don't get too caught up in just one side and see one train of thoughts. Especially eat properly, rest, laugh, take care of yourself. I say this because around this time last year, well, I just freshly got signed and I got my first ever job, and after that I expected to get multiple jobs. Yeah, it went really silent, like radio silent. And then it was fashion week and I was just getting ready. I was going to gym all the time, I was getting my body ready, I was eating healthy, and I was practicing posing, I was doing my shoots. So I was like, yeah, I've got this in the bag. And I will go to so many castings. I think I would go to like 5 a day, and I didn't get any jobs. One. Even the ones that they weren't paying you for, I didn't get nothing. And I got so shook up. seriously shook up, because you can get so much caught in comparison, because I saw so many people and so many mutuals that I had online where they got so many cool jobs and still are getting cool jobs to this day. It's so inspiring. You tie your worth to jobs and money and rate and clients and these big brands, then you're not going to be in a very good mindset for the rest of the longevity of your career. You should be able to see people who are doing such great things with inspiration and not with envy. There are times, obviously, where you will question yourself. I've had moments myself where I've questioned myself. Growing into self-acceptance has always been the road journey. I've always been able to harness that energy and transmute it into something better. And I did this through my series called More Than a Model, which is one of my short form content series where I talk about things I do outside of modeling whilst in modeling, and just things that make me more than just a job status and job description. I don't think you need to be a job description to have any sort of worth, or to call yourself a certain thing or work with a certain brand, that you're worth something. You are already worthy alone. You don't need to add these extra things for you to feel worthy, because you already are. You're already chosen. You're already beautiful. You're already confident. You don't need to be called a model to be doing that. You don't need to have worked with Nike or worked with Adidas or worked with Dior to be called that. You already are. So to know that in your head and to have that in your mind and have this mindset, and hence I say mindset is so necessary, because if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to be prepared for these amazing opportunities, and you won't be able to tackle them well because your mind's not in the right place. Because now, let's just say you think it's okay to go ahead with the mindset of envy, jealousy, and thinking that these jobs and these people who are doing these jobs are all on a pedestal and are all higher than you, and that you're all not on the same playing field, and they're just better humans. And one day you get a job like this. For example, it's a Dior beauty campaign and you're on the billboards around a big city. Then the rest of the year you get nothing. How would you feel? No, how would you really feel? You won't feel that confident now. You won't feel that great, even though that's great. Usually campaigns like that last for around a year max. So you won't feel that great. If you tie your confidence to materialistic things, it's so easy for your confidence to go up and down like a weighing scale, because it's not in the right place. Your confidence and your worth should never be tied to materialistic things. Materialistic things can always come and go. Like jobs, they can always come and go. But the only thing that stays the same, and that should stay the same, is your self-worth and your integrity. So that's why I say mindset is so important, because if you don't know yourself, and you don't have that self-worth and integrity, you won't be able to work through this industry for a longer time compared to others. So I transmuted this energy into my series called More Than a Model on short form contents platforms like Instagram and TikTok and even YouTube Shorts, to ensure that I'm more than just a job description. I'm more than just a title. My worth is not tied to any of these materialistic things. Section 6. This is the part you've all been waiting for. This is my advice for the new models this year. So in 2026, this is just some advice I would give you. If you've just never done modeling before, you thought about it, you really want to dabble into it, and you've never done this before, this is just all my advice I would give to you. Or obviously all the advice I've already previously given, but now this is just some more guidance that I want to offer for you all. And if I'd had to start from scratch, this is what I would do this year, knowing the things that I have known now and just seeing how the trends and how everything's working out this year. This is what I would do. I want you to be patient. Focus on patience, focus on positivity, not compare timelines. Remember to get your mindset right, to not compare your worth. Know who you are within yourself. Know what you want to do, what you wouldn't want to do. Search up the different type of modeling aspects you would want to get into. Know that your journey is not the same from anyone else's. Get comfortable with being in front of the camera. No matter what type of modeling you want to do, you're going to be photographed, you're going to be videographed, you're going to have photos of you. So get comfortable as much as you can with being in front of the camera. Get comfortable with taking photos of yourself. Get comfortable with being seen, because that's what you're going to be. You're going to be seen. Superstars are seen. Models are seen. And they're being viewed every single day. Get comfortable with either being viewed. People are going to talk behind your back regardless, okay? People did multiple times when I was starting to get into modeling. From secondary school to even sixth form, people will talk about me behind my back, about, oh, who does she think she is? She's trying to get into modeling. Post on my social media, like, who does she think she is? Trying to walk in hallways and take videos of myself. Who on earth does this girl think she is? And they'll laugh at me, and they'll try and put negative comments in my comments and put like hate comments. People are going to hate regardless. It's better they hate and you're doing something you want to do than they're hating and you're still not doing what you want to do. So let them hate, because even if they are hating, the haters are not going to multiply. It's the people who see your stuff and actually root for you that will. And it's the trusted community, which I've also referenced before, that if you build connections with people, that's then when the positive love will outweigh the hate. Stay respectful, whether that be on social media and in real life. Stay respectful wherever you are, whether that be at casting calls or meeting agencies, open calls. Be respectful wherever you are. Be kind, be polite, protect your boundaries of who you are. Have a strong sense of self. Stay human. Everyone in this industry wants to just talk to someone who's a human being. They don't want to talk to someone who feels like they're just all the way up in the clouds in the sky. Don't get me wrong, you can be a diva if you want to. That's how you portray yourself. But be respectful, be polite. Social media is one of the biggest and fastest industries which are growing right now to this date, where short form content is making over billions of pounds, dollars, euros every single year, and it's only seen to get higher and higher and higher. It's the best time to put yourself out there and to be seen, to be photographed, and to even enter industries such as modeling. Remember, the industry does not define you. Definitely look on social media. That's definitely one of my biggest tips for you all. Set up agencies in your city or local city. Set up agencies online. And remember, put them down in the comments. I can even double check for you to see if they're legit as well. Trust me, I'm here for you all. So if you're starting or already modeling, or you're looking to start modeling, I genuinely love to have your experience or questions down in the comments below. I want to see your notes, what you've taken, agencies you're looking at applying to. If you think you would like to do a certain type of modeling, I want this to be a space where we can help each other and share honestly. I want to share honestly with you all and remind ourselves that there's room for all of us. There's room for everyone to eat. There's enough abundance in the world for everyone to eat and eat with others. Trust me, there's room for everyone, okay? So if this video made you feel a little less lost or a little more seen or comfortable, that would mean the world to me, and I would love to know if that's been the case. So remember, leave a comment if you can. We're learning together and you're doing way better than you think you are. So remember, you've got this. Stay smart, stay sexy, and stay stylish. I'll see you later in the next one. Bye, sexy people.